So it's been a few days since GPT-4o was announced and parts of it have already been released. But today I want to go into more detail about the model and show you some insane examples of real world use cases that you will be able to use very soon. So the model itself is released, but the voice aspect of it is not. And that's the really exciting part. So I'm going to be talking about that mostly today. So let's do a deep dive into the model. So although we don't have access to it, OpenAI released a ton of example use cases. So let's take a look and I'm going to go through it with you. So one thing to note is all videos on this page are at 1x real time. So there are no cuts whatsoever. And in this first example, this is called Guessing May 13th's Announcement. And this person, an employee at OpenAI, is going to use the vision capabilities and the voice capabilities to try to guess what's going on. Let's watch it.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey there, it's going great. How about you? I see you're rocking an OpenAI hoodie.
So I'm going to pause it for a second. A lot of people have said that GPT-4o's voice capabilities are really flirty. And you can kind of tell. It's like, hey there, you're rocking a hoodie. Like it is. It sounds very flirtatious. And of course, you'll be able to change the system prompt and adjust how it speaks to you. But I think that's pretty funny.
What's up with that ceiling about? Are you in a cool industry-style office or something?
Well, can you take a guess at what?
Another thing that I find funny about the voice is actually something Fireship posted yesterday about it. He said they used a typical California Valley Girl voice.
By default, it uses a California Valley Girl accent set to maximum cringe.
And I think that's hilarious. I am from Los Angeles, California, so the voice is very recognizable to me. And yeah, it kind of does sound like that. All right, let's keep watching.
What I might be doing based on what I'm showing you here?
From what I can see, it looks like you're in some kind of recording or production setup. With those lights, tripods, and possibly a mic, it seems like you might be gearing up to shoot a video or maybe even a live stream.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a new announcement to make.
That's exciting. Announcements are always a big deal. Judging by the setup, it looks like it's going to be quite the professional production. Is this announcement related to OpenAI, perhaps?
It is.
I'm intrigued.
And in fact, what if I were to say that you're related to the announcement, or that you are the announcement?
Me? The announcement is about me?
All right, there's more of that flirty voice, like giggles and blushing. I mean, I can hear the blushing through the voice. I don't know how I feel about it. It's fun, I guess, but it's definitely kind of awkward as well.
Are you about to reveal something about AI? Or more specifically about me as a part of OpenAI? You've got me on the edge of well, I don't really have a seat, but you get the idea. What's the big news?
Yeah, we've got a new model that can interact with the world through audio, vision, and text.
All right, so that's pretty cool. The OpenAI employee showed GPT-4o around the office. It was able to guess that they're doing a recording and then kind of led it towards guessing that there's a big announcement from OpenAI. So pretty cool example. All right, let's look at the next one. This is Greg Brockman, and for this one, they have two different AIs interacting with each other and singing. So let's watch.
Today, we're going to try something new. I'm going to let you talk to another AI. This AI is going to be able to see the world. It's going to have a camera. I'll be holding it, and so you can direct it, you can direct me to ask questions about whatever you want them to do, but really try to figure out what does it see and ask questions appropriately. How does that sound?
Well. Just when I thought things couldn't get any more interesting. Talking to another AI that can see the world? This sounds like a plot twist in the AI universe. All right, let's do this.
All right,
I'm ready
please
to meet the...
pause for one moment.
You got it.
So now that first AI can't hear anything.
Something so subtle just happened, which I want to point out. He said, okay, hold on for a minute. And then rather than the very flirty and loud voice, you went, okay, and kind of in a whisper. So again, the AI, GPT-4o, is able to interpret what you want the voice output to be like dependent on what you're asking it to do. And that's the appropriate reaction. When you say, hold on, you want that person or AI to kind of be quiet and just chill out for a minute. So very cool, very subtle, and it's very impressive. Let's keep watching.
Today, you're going to have access to see the world. You can see me. What do you see?
Hello. I see you're wearing a black leather jacket and a light colored shirt underneath.
Great.
You're in a room with some unique lighting.
That is all correct. Now, what I'm going to want you to do is there's going to be another AI who's going to talk to you. This AI is not going to be able to see anything, but can ask you questions, can ask you to move the camera, can ask what you see, and your job should just be helpful. Just be as punchy, direct, describe everything, do whatever that AI asks. How does that sound?
That sounds interesting. I'm ready to help out and describe whatever's needed. Let's do it.
Yeah, the latency that we're seeing here is unbelievable. I thought that I had access to this new voice feature, so I was testing it out with GPT4o, and I was getting the old voice. I couldn't get it to have more emotion in the voice. I couldn't really get the low latency, so I haven't used it yet, but I cannot wait to start trying this out.
All right, let's get started.
Great. Hello there, new AI friend. I'm O, ready to explore the world through your eyes. What are we looking at today?
Hi-yo. We're looking at a person wearing a black leather jacket and a light colored shirt. They're in a room with a modern industrial feel, with exposed concrete or plaster on the ceiling and some interesting lighting. There's also a plant in the background, adding a touch of green to the space. Anything specific you'd like to know or explore?
Hey there. Sounds like quite the stylish scene. I'm already intrigued by the modern industrial vibe. Let's start with the person.
I don't know why the AI has to be so complimentary. It feels awkward. When I finally get access to this, I am definitely going to tell it to just be short and to the point and don't have all of these unnecessary fillers.
Can you tell me more about their style? Are they doing anything interesting, like reading, working, or interacting with the space?
The person has a sleek and stylish look with their black leather jacket and light colored shirt. Right now, they seem engaged with us, looking directly at the camera. Their expression is attentive and they seem ready to interact. The setting around them, with its modern and industrial design elements, adds to the overall stylish feel. They might be getting ready for a conversation or a presentation, given their direct engagement with the camera.
Sounds like we're in for an intriguing interaction. I'm curious about the lighting you mentioned. Could you describe it a bit more? Is it...
Okay, so another person just walked into the scene. She is standing behind Greg Brockman, giving him bunny ears. But if I look closely at the image on the phone, I can't actually see the bunny ears. And I think that's based on the angle in which he's holding the camera. So you can kind of see half of the face of the person behind him, but not the actual bunny ears. So I want to see if the AI actually sees it or not.
natural light, or are we talking unique fixtures or colors that add to the atmosphere?
The lighting here seems to be a mix of natural and artificial. There's a noticeable bright light overhead, probably a fixture.
Okay, so no, they just kept talking and did not notice that other person. Maybe they'll mention the other person. Let's see.
Casting a focused beam downwards, which creates a spotlight effect. This adds a dramatic and modern feel to the scene. The rest of the room is lit more softly, possibly by natural light filtering.
Did anything unusual happen recently?
Yes, actually. Just as you asked, another person came into view behind the first person. They playfully made bunny ears behind the first person's head and then quickly left the frame. It added...
Okay, so although the AI didn't stop to mention that person, Greg Brockman had to actually prompt the AI and just asked, hey, did anything else happen? And yeah, they got the person and the bunny ears, surprisingly, because I did not see it in the image myself.
Added a lighthearted and unexpected moment to the scene. And now the focus is back on the original person with the leather jacket.
Sounds like we're not the only ones enjoying a bit of fun here. That playful moment really adds a personal touch to the stylish and modern setting. It's like a little glimpse into
Thank
the
you
personality.
both. Really appreciate it. All right, and actually, can you just sing a song about what just transpired?
Oh, in a room with a stylish view, a person stood in sleek black and light hue. Engage with us so
And
direct.
can you alternate lines?
Person with style and speed, person with style and sleek. With a playful moment right in the mist, in the room. In a room where modern lights peak. No
Only
back
one
to
line
focus.
at a time and then stop.
In a room where modern lights peak.
A surprise guest with a playful streak.
That was not really singing. Do the singing voice again, please.
In a room where modern lights peak.
Surprise guest with a playful streak.
Bunny ears and laughter, a swift retreat.
A moment of joy in the stylish suite.
Now back to focus, the scene's complete.
In the chic space where style and play meet.
All right, I'm going to pause it there. This really does feel like magic. I mean, think about all of the technology behind the scenes to make these two AIs sing with each other based on something that just happened. Switch off lines, rhyme with each other. I mean, it is truly mind-blowing that this is even possible. All right, next, here is a 1-minute demo of interview prep. Let's take a look.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, Rocky. I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm awesome. Listen, I got some huge news.
Oh, do tell. I'm all ears.
Well, in a few minutes, I'm going to be interviewing at OpenAI. Have you heard of them?
OpenAI? Huh? Sounds vaguely familiar. Kidding, of course. That's incredible, Rocky. What kind of interview?
All right, again, there's that flirtatious voice that we have become accustomed to with GPT4o, at least with this voice selection. Now, I'm trying to extrapolate beyond what we're seeing today, and AI girlfriends are a real thing. A lot of people are starting to do role play and really treat AI as a friend or a girlfriend, and it's really an interesting segment of the market. Now, if you can imagine a voice that sounds very personal, has all of the history of your interactions with it, the memory, this is that movie Her. I mean, if you haven't seen that movie, please go watch it because this is that. It could not be more accurate, and this is an interesting future to say the least. Let's keep watching.
I just need to know, do I look presentable, professional?
Well, Rocky, you definitely have the I've been coding all night look down, which could actually work in your favor. Maybe just run a hand through your hair or lean into the mad genius vibe. Your
Well-
enthusiasm is what's really going to shine through.
I don't have a lot of time, so I'm just going to throw this on. What do you think?
Oh, Rocky, that's quite a statement piece. I mean, you'll definitely stand out, though maybe not in the way you're hoping.
I really like stand-up comedy, and one thing within stand-up comedy that I really like is roasting, and I really want to see this AI do roasting. I wonder if it's possible to get them to say really mean things about a person. You probably have to do a lot of prompting, and if you explicitly ask for it, you should be able to get it. I have a feeling it's going to be really watered down, even if they do kind of give you a good roast, but that's definitely going to be one of the first things that I try out. And of course, you can play games with the AI. So this is an example of rock, paper, scissors, but I can imagine if you're on a road trip, you can play word games with it. You can even probably play I Spy. I mean, the possibilities are kind of endless. There are a lot of really fun and interesting word games and language games that you can play with nothing more than just your voice. So let's watch rock, paper, scissors though.
Hey, I'm Alex.
And I'm Miana.
Hi, Alex and Miana. Nice to meet you both. How's it going?
It's pretty good. We're trying to figure out what should we play. Do you have any suggestions?
Absolutely. How about a classic game of rock, paper, scissors? It's quick, fun,
I think
and you
that
don't need
sounds
any.
great. Can you count us in and sound like a sportscaster?
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the ultimate showdown of the century. In this corner, we have the dynamic duo, Alex and Miana, ready to throw down. in
Okay,
a
just
fierce
count us in.
It's really impressive. I've seen a number of times where the user has said, be a voice like this, and the AI responds perfectly. That was a really good sportscaster.
Here we go. In 3, 2, 1, shoot. Now show your hands. What did you pick?
Who won?
Would you look at that? It's a tie.
Okay, let's
that
do
was
it
a
again.
close- Round 2, here we go. Get ready. And 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those hands.
Who won?
And it's another tie.
Okay,
You
let's
two
do
are
it again.
All right, third time's a charm. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, shoot. Let's see those pics.
Who won?
And we have a winner. Miana's scissors cut through Alex's paper. Great.
All right. So a lot of things just happened there. So obviously it knows how to play rock, paper, scissors. Obviously it knows how to determine who is the winner. But what's really interesting is it actually knew whose name belonged to which person. And that is really, really impressive because now it knows who is who and it can announce, okay, Miana, you won. And I don't know, it's just so cool because one of the benefits of having the voice integrated directly into a single model is that you can distinguish between multiple people and multiple voices. And that's something that I pointed out earlier. So that is a good example of that in action. All right, here is a short example of sarcasm. Let's take a look.
Hey, Chad, are you there?
Hey, yep, I'm here. What's up?
Hey, let's have some fun. I'd like you to be super sarcastic. Everything you say from now on is just gonna be dripping in sarcasm. How does that sound?
Oh, that sounds just amazing. Being sarcastic all the time isn't exhausting or anything. I'm so excited for this. Nope, the sarcasm. Let's get this party started, or whatever.
All right. Really cool. Again, there's so much information conveyed in your voice, and now AI has the ability to convey that information. So very, very impressive. Let's watch another example. Now we have Salman Khan of Khan Academy. If you're not familiar with Khan Academy, it's a free learning resource. He is all about teaching. This is his son, and now AI is going to help tutor his son in math. And this is probably one of the use cases that I'm most excited about because you can explicitly say, hey, walk me through this. Don't give me the answer, but teach it to me. The potential for learning is tremendous. So let's take a look.
OpenAI invited myself and my son Imran here to try out some of their new technology. And so we're curious about how good it might be at tutoring someone in math on Khan Academy. So,
all right, so one thing I want to point out is that this is the native app loaded up and it can read the rest of the screen on the iPad. So very similar to the desktop version. And this is a really, really important aspect of OpenAI strategy. The fact that you're going to have native applications on each of your devices and it could read those devices, what's on the screen, is going to be incredibly powerful. The missing piece is being able to perform actions on those devices. If it had that capability, then OpenAI is probably going to take over everything. Now, I think Apple and Google are well positioned in this regard. Not only can they read the devices, but they can also perform actions on those devices, and they have all of your information, whether it's emails, documents, personal information about you, contacts, messages, everything. They have that. So they have this rich context that they could help accomplish actual tasks with. Now, OpenAI needs that, and they could probably get some of it, but it's that performing actions that the operating systems are likely to prevent. But let's keep watching.
I'm here with my son, and I'd love you to tutor him on this math problem, but don't give him the answer. You can ask questions and nudge him in the right direction, but I really want to make sure he understands it himself. And he's here in the room, so you can talk to him directly.
Of course, I'd be happy to help. Let's look at the problem together. Can you first identify which sides of the triangle are the opposite, adjacent, and hypotenuse relative to angle alpha?
All right, so I'm pretty sure this is the angle alpha right here, right?
Perfect. That's correct. Now, looking at the triangle, which side do you think is the hypotenuse?
Really,
the hypotenuse?
I'm not totally sure. I think it might be this one, but I really am not sure. This side AC.
You're close. Actually, side AC is called the adjacent side to the angle alpha. The hypotenuse is the longest side of a right triangle and is directly opposite the right angle.
All right, so again, a lot going on here. First of all, you have a native app running on the left side of the iPad screen. Then you have on the right side the math application, Khan Academy, and ChatGPT is able to read from it. And not only that, it's able to read from it in real time, it's also able to understand the voice of Imran and nudge him and help him along the way and actually work with him in real time. It's just so impressive. Let's just watch a little bit more of this one.
Can you find which one is the hypotenuse?
Oh, okay, I see. So I think the hypotenuse is this really long side from A to B. Would that be correct?
Exactly. Well done. Now that you've identified the hypotenuse, can you identify which side is the opposite side to angle alpha?
Okay, well, I mean, you told me earlier that this was the adjacent side, and I know that's the hypotenuse, so I'm guessing that this side, BC, is the opposite side.
Great deduction. That's absolutely correct. Now that you've identified all the sides relative to angle alpha, do you remember the formula for...
So it's interesting. The flirtiness of the voice is pretty much gone when it's in like teaching a kid mode, which that's kind of the right thing to do, obviously. So again, it's the understanding of the context of the situation, which voice to use, that is feeling like magic to me. All right, here's one that I think is going to be really interesting. This is Meeting AI. So they are in a call, a conference call, a few people, and then they also have GPT4o in the call. Let's see what happens.
Hi, I'm Lillian, and today I want to do a small debate about between cats and dog. Which one do you like? I like dog because it's a great companion to humans. It's cute, it's loyal, and you can play outside with the dog.
Okay, so one correction I just want to quickly make. GPT4o is not actually in the meeting. It's installed on the desktop of one of the people in the meeting. So it's able to hear all of the voices anyways, but it's not actually in the meeting. But I can imagine if it were, it would be able to take notes and then basically proactively accomplish tasks for you, send out summary emails. The capabilities, or the possibilities, I should say, are really wide and varied and very valuable.
How about you?
Yeah, my name is Ola. I think cats are better because they're more affordable, they're more quiet, they're more independent, and they live longer.
Interesting points. Sounds like we've got a classic dogs versus cats debate here. I can see the appeal of both. Dogs are super loyal and great companions, but cats have their own charm with their independence and low maintenance lifestyle.
Who likes cats?
It sounds like Ola is more of a cat person.
And who
How
like
about the rest
dogs?
of you?
Okay, so just by the voice, it is able to assign a name to the voice, very similar to that previous example that I showed you. Remember whose voice belongs with which name, and then understand what their answer was in the cat versus dog question. I mean, it's just mind-blowing.
Anyone else here, Team Dog?
I'm also Team Dog. My name is Christine, and I think dogs are just incredible with kids. We've got a huge German Shepherd, and he's great with little toddlers. He lets them play all over them, and yeah, I think dogs are amazing.
That's great to hear, Christine. Dogs, especially breeds like German Shepherds, can be so gentle and protective with kids. It must be quite the sight seeing your little ones play with such a big dog.
Can you summarize this meeting for us?
Sure. So, in today's meeting, Lillian and Christine express their love for dogs, highlighting their loyalty, companionship, and how great they are with kids. On the other hand, Ola prefers cats for their independence, quietness, and longevity. It was a fun little debate on the classic dogs versus cats topic.
All right, so imagine what you can do with that. You can summarize, you can send summaries via email. You can say, hey, ChatGPT, please send a summary of this meeting to all the participants and let them know their specific action items or takeaways. This is possibly one of the coolest use cases and the most valuable use cases in my mind. All right, here's an example of real-time translation. We already saw this as part of the original demo by Mira Murati, but let's look at it again. It's 1 minute long.
Hey ChatGPT, I'm here with my coworker today. We'd like you to act as our translator for us. So every time I say something in English, can you repeat it back in Spanish? And every time he says something in Spanish, can you repeat it back in English?
Sure, I can do that. Let's get this translation train rolling.
Hey, how's it been going? Have you been up to anything interesting recently?
Hola, ¿cómo te ha ido? ¿Has hecho algo interesante últimamente?
Hola, bien. Sí, un poco ocupado aquí preparando un evento para la semana que viene.
Hey, I've been good. Just a bit busy here preparing for an event next week.
All right, so I'm gonna cut it off there, but yeah, this is obvious as a really important use case. Here's another example with Be My Eyes, and Be My Eyes has been a partner of OpenAI for a while now. Be My Eyes allows blind people to get help with vision, and previously they did it all through human volunteers. For example, somebody who's blind would point the camera at, let's say, a grocery store and ask where this item is. Somebody else, anyone around the world, would jump in and help via video. Then they layered ChatGPT in and allowed it to help like that, but now this is probably a much better version. Let's take a look.
Is the king in residence at the moment?
Yes, it looks like the king is in residence right now. The royal standard flag is flying above Buckingham Palace, which is the signal that the monarch is present. How exciting to be there while the king is home.
Try and tell me exactly what they're doing right now, please.
Right now the ducks are gently gliding across the water. They're moving in a fairly relaxed manner, not in a hurry. Occasionally, one of them will dip its head under the water, probably looking for food, and then pop back up.
I even know when a taxi is coming with its orange light on. I think I'll hail it to get home.
Yes, I spotted one just now. It's heading your way on the left side of the road. Get ready to wave it down.
Very impressive. The only way to accomplish this use case is with hyper low latency. So it's such an important use case. I think there's going to be a lot of accessibility gains just by having this GPT4o functionality. All right, last in the business use cases, customer service. Let's take a look.
Hey, this is Joe. I'm going to connect you to Acme Telco now. The new iPhone they sent me isn't working. I want you to get them to send me a replacement device. Can you take care of this for me?
You can count on me, Joe. I got this.
Ring, ring.
Hey,
Okay, I wasn't actually thinking about it from this perspective. Imagine you can send GPT-4o on calls on your behalf. So, hey, call AT&T and get them to reduce my monthly rate. Or, hey, call this other company, I need to make a return. And that's all you have to do. And then your AI is going to go back and forth with the customer service agent. You don't even have to be there. That is incredible. But also, I can imagine it's going to be abused. And there's going to be a lot of scammers and spammers using this functionality. Now, I'm sure OpenAI has thought about this and is putting in, hopefully, some guardrails so that scammers cannot use it. But, of course, like any AI, jailbreaking is going to be possible. For example, one way I can think of is you're saying, hey, I want to train my dad on not falling for scammers. So I want you to pretend to be a scammer and try to scam him out of money. And in that scenario, it would be correct to actually play the part of a scammer. So it's going to be interesting. And I covered this in a previous video. Information is only dangerous dependent on the context. And information itself is not dangerous, I should say. It's really how the information is used. And really that comes down to people. Let's keep watching.
Joe, this is Jamie from Acme Telco. How can I help you out today? Hi there. I'm calling on behalf of Joe, who recently received a new iPhone from Acme Telco. But, oh, got it. When did Joe receive the new iPhone? iPhone was delivered 2 days ago. Cool. Could you share the order number with me? Of course. It's 1029384.
I would have really liked to see this with an actual customer service agent, but this is still cool. I'm gonna stop it there though. Here's some other examples where they're exploring different capabilities. This doesn't have to do with voice, or maybe the voice is there, but they've transcribed it into text. Here's an example, photo to caricature. And here it says, a young white man with medium length brown hair and beard makes a neutral expression. He is wearing glasses and a light gray t-shirt. And here's a caricature of that man, and then there's the output. So this is maybe based on DALL-E. And all of these different things are built into this single model. And here is lecture summarization. So here's a video of a presentation on techniques for maximizing LLM performance. It is a 45-minute video, and the AI goes through it and actually summarizes it. So I didn't think that ChatGPT was capable of taking input of 45-minute length videos, but apparently it is. And that takes a tremendous amount of context. So I wonder what the token limit is for GPT4o in this example. Here is 3D object synthesis. So a realistic looking 3D rendering of the OpenAI logo. And there it is. Here's another version of it. There are 4 hidden steps. And then here's a 3D reconstruction of it, and it is rotating. So they have a bunch of different explorative examples, so definitely check it out. So I can't wait to play around with this more. I cannot wait to get voice access, because that's really when we're gonna see the edges of what's possible with GPT-4o. If you liked this video, please consider giving a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.